Hi, welcome to another Info Nuggets with Amy, where today we'll be discussing the Gale U.S. History Database. This database is pretty fantastic when you're doing any kind of history research. The Gale OneFile U.S. History provides access to scholarly journals and magazines, useful to both novice historians as well as advanced academic research. This database offers balanced coverage of events in U.S. history. So let's go ahead and get started, and I will show you how to access it. So first we're going to start off here on the library's website, SJCPLS.org. From here, we'll hover over eLibrary and then come right down over to Databases and click on that. Now, we do have quite a few databases. They are all in alphabetical order, and the majority of the Gale databases are clumped together here in the G's under Gale. What we're looking for is towards the end of the list. It is the Gale OneFile. And like I said, it is a lengthy list. Here we go, the Gale OneFile U.S. History. And do note, we do also have a Gale OneFile World History, which will work exactly the same as what I'm about to show you right now. So we'll go ahead and click on the link, and you will very likely get a authentication page that will ask you to type in your library card number. So you'll just type that in with no spaces and then go ahead and click on sign in. So let's go ahead and take a look. There's a couple of different ways that you can search for information on here, and we'll take a look at all of them. So first of all, let's just do a regular basic search. And we are very lucky to live here in St. Augustine. We have a very long and rich history. So let's go ahead and see what sort of articles that we can find on our own hometown, St. Augustine. I am going to put it in quotes since it's two different words that will keep it together as a phrase, St. Augustine, and I'm going to go ahead and click on enter. And our results are popping up here. It's defaulting to magazine results. We will take a look later on at academic journals, books, news, and image results that pop up. It defaults to relevance as far as how it's sorted, and we've got a total of 92 magazines. Now let's say we wanted to look for something a little bit more. So we're starting off here. This was our basic search. Let's go ahead and click here on the advanced search, and I'm going to show you a couple of other things that will affect how you create your searches. So just doing a straight up basic St. Augustine search in the search box yielded us 92 magazine results. Let's go ahead and maybe we wanted to narrow it down a bit, because as we all know, there was also St. Augustine of Hippo, and every once in a while he pops up in the results when we're looking for St. Augustine the city. So we might want to go ahead and add the word Florida in there as well, so we can make sure that we're only getting results about St. Augustine, Florida. And we're going to stay with the default keyword search because I want to show you a difference on what a slightly different adjustment will make to our search results. So here we are, advanced search. We're doing St. Augustine in keyword and Florida in keyword, so we can go ahead and exclude any results that might include St. Augustine of Hippo. We do have some other search limitations we can do. We could do the traditional or not if we wanted to exclude some other things. But let's go ahead and stick with those, and we'll click on search. And we'll give it a moment. So here, that was St. Augustine, Florida as keywords, yielded 20 magazine results and a number of other resources. Let's go ahead and revise that search because I want to show you a pretty big difference that you need to be aware of when you're conducting and creating your search string. So that was keyword. We do also have an option, a whole bunch of other search options, but let's do entire document for both of these. So now when we do St. Augustine in an entire document and Florida somewhere else in the document and then click on search. Remember we had 20 results for keyword. Now we've got 59 results when we're doing a search in the entire document. So the difference in that is that some keywords are assigned to an article. It's how the article is kind of cataloged, what sort of tags maybe are added to it, as opposed to a search of the entire text. So for example, if St. Augustine shows up maybe in the bibliography but not necessarily, in the paper itself, now we would have that result as well. Or if it was just maybe a paragraph or so in an article that wasn't maybe predominantly about St. Augustine, but you might still want to read the article even for that one paragraph. So this will greatly expand the amount of results that you get for a topic. And remember, and then we're going back again to revise the search within the advanced search. Let me try clicking that once more. I don't think it took. We have a whole bunch of other different fields that we can search if we want to. So basic search was the first one we did, keyword was the second one within the advanced search options, and then entire document. And I encourage all of you to go back, take a look at some of the other search fields that we could possibly use to help narrow down and find a very specific article that you might be looking for. So let's take a look at some of these results. We had 59 magazine articles, 120 academic journal articles, 8 books, and 43 news results. And it's defaulting to relevance. It is also defaulting to full text. You do have the option of unchecking full text if you're interested in citations for articles that might not be full text on this database, but you might want to research elsewhere. Another thing that we can do to limit our results a little bit is over here we have an option for document type. Right now it's showing us all documents. A lot of things that will pop up from time to time are book reviews, where it's a review about a book, not the actual book itself or an actual article, just a review about a book. I tend to exclude those mostly because in these kinds of databases I'm looking for articles about a topic, not reviews about a book. So I can just say I want an article or a brief article. And we also have options in here for biographies, brief biographies, and some other categories, but I'm going to stick with the articles and brief articles. So let's click on apply, and that will narrow the results then from 59 down to 48. And now let's take a look at some of these magazine results. And magazines are typically kind of geared towards the layperson, so these will be good for kind of brief overviews about topics. But let's go ahead and click on academic journals. That's where you get the meatier articles, where they're more extensive, and you'll note also these indicate that they're peer-reviewed, so they're read by other professionals before publication. And in fact, within the academic journal category, if we want to limit it to just peer-reviewed, we can go ahead and click on that, and it will automatically adjust the results to only be peer-reviewed. And again, it's defaulting to relevance. We can also sort if it's newer or older articles. We could also filter more results by publication date, title, subject, or Lexile measure, which I'll show you in a moment. So one article when I was doing the search earlier that popped up that was really interesting. This one's titled Infected Rails, Yellow Fever, and the Southern Railroads. And this article is about yellow fever in 1888 and how citizens were trying to restrict trains from going through their town because they were carrying yellow fever from other cities or carrying passengers who had yellow fever. And fascinating article. But let's go ahead and take a look at some of the tools that are coming up within this results page. So first of all, we have the title article here. We have the author and the date that this article was published. This is a clickable link for the author, so if we wanted to see any other articles that he may have written that are within the database, we can just click on that and it would pop up with whatever articles he has done. Similarly, this one tells us where it was published. It's from the Journal of Southern History, Volume 79, Issue 1, published by the Southern Historical Association. If we wanted to, we could also click on the journal title to see if there's any other articles from the journal. And in fact, there's quite a few. So here we have index coverage and full text coverage. So index includes the citations for the articles, not the actual articles themselves, whereas full text coverage is the actual full text article. So we've got citations starting from 1973 and then full text since the year 2000. And here we have the most current issues. So these are May 2020 and February 2020, where we can click on the issue information, and it will pull up all of the articles from that issue. So you can read the current issues just article by article, not like you would traditionally, like flipping through a PDF. This is just article by article. You would click on them. What you can also do, because remember it said full text was since 2000, we've got this drop down arrow over here that has all of the years that are available to us. So we can go ahead and just click, I'm clicking on 2004, and it'll bring up all of the issues from 2004. And again, I can click on those issues and it will bring up all of the articles that were contained within there. So let's go back to looking at, okay, so that was the title of the journal, the issue. Here it tells us the document type. This is an essay. Remember earlier when we had looked at article, brief article, or book reviews, essays is another type of document. It gives us the length. This is approximately 14,000 words. And it also gives us a lexile measure. If you're unfamiliar with lexile, that is a way to sort of indicate the reading level of an article. And here is how Gale products kind of rank their different articles. So a level 1 article is geared towards lower elementary students. Level 2 is upper elementary. Level 3, middle school. Level 4, high school. And level 5 is high school and above. And the article that we had been looking at was level 5, so definitely above high school level. High school reading level at least. Over on the right, we have some similar titles or similar articles. And then we have related subjects. So if you wanted to see more articles on a particular topic, like maybe you were interested in disease transmission, or maybe you were just interested in railroad travel, you could click any of these and it would bring up similar topics related to that subject. We have also here the ability to translate the article. It does use, I believe, Google Translate, where you can translate it into just about any other language out there. You can fiddle with the font size a little bit if your eyes are, if you need help reading, then you can go ahead and adjust the font size. You can also listen to it where an automated reader will read the article to you. We also have links over here to Google Drive, so if you'd like to send the article to your Google Drive account, you can do so. Ditto Microsoft Cloud, you can email it to yourself, or you can download it if you would like to do that. Up here, we have some tools to cite. Now, this is pretty exciting. The one thing that is fantastic about, well, not just the one thing, there's many good things, but one of the good things about Gale products is they will automatically format the article citation for you. So for instance, at the bottom of every single article, here we have the formatted citation, MLA format. We also have the option of APA or Chicago style if you wanted to, where it just adjusts the formatting as necessary, so you don't even have to worry about how to format this for your citations. It also has some tools down here that if you use these for your papers, like Noodle Tools, EasyBib, BrefWorks, you can go ahead and export the citations directly to those tools. And that just makes life so much easier. I don't know about you, but I remember the old days when I had to build a citation myself, flipping through the MLA handbook, and that was always the hardest part of a paper for me. Again, we can also send to, download, printer-friendly format, get a link if you need to have a permalink to link it out to something. You can also do highlights and notes. So you have the option of logging in, maybe signing in with Google, signing in with Microsoft, or Google, what was this one? This is one of the ones that I don't use too often. Google Classroom, that's another thing, especially that teachers and students will use. But at any rate, you can log into your personal accounts, and once you're logged in, you can go ahead and make highlights and notes on whatever articles you're coming across, so that the next time when you log in, those highlights and notes will still be there. And that's pretty cool. So let's go back. That was regular search, advanced search. let's take a look at some other ways that we can search for things. So what we've been doing so far is we kind of had a particular topic in mind, maybe St. Augustine, but maybe you have to do a paper and you're not quite sure yet what you want to do the paper on. One of the things that I really like to recommend to students is that when you're still in that kind of like the discovery phase, when you're still trying to figure out what your topic is going to be, one of the things I highly recommend doing is before you settle on a topic, go ahead and take a look at how many resources are available for topics that you're looking for. You don't want to pigeon your hole to a very specific topic where it turns out like there's maybe only one book or one article that's available. You want to have some more resources. So take a look, get an idea of how many articles and books are available on your topic, and then make your decision from there. So here we have an option called Topic Finder that will kind of help you find things that are related to your search. So if you still want to do something like about St. Augustine, I think I had fiddled around with maybe you're doing a broad topic Florida and you're trying to figure out what about Florida you want to talk about. What it will do is give you a little visualization here on different subtopics about Florida. You can do it as tiles, or you can click right here on wheel, and it will kind of help you figure out, like you've got some broader topics, and then it will show you some of the subtopics underneath that. That kind of, just gets your brain thinking, doing some brainstorming on what exactly you might want to do your paper on. And this will give you some ideas, like launch. Maybe you want to do something about the space station, or you can just click on that and then it will link you to some other results over there on the other side. So let's go back to the main page and just take a quick look. And so that was the topic finder. You do also have subject searches and publication searches. These are, again, when you're simply kind of browsing for things and you don't have a very specific topic in mind. Let's do another one. So let's say we are interested in, let's do yellow fever. The yellow fever epidemic, and kind of see what sort of results are coming up within there. And again, we can go ahead and fiddle with some of the results, do some filtering. Let's also take a look, because we already looked at magazines and academic journals. Let's take a look at some of the book options. Now, books, they're exactly what they sound like. The information that we're about to see comes from a book. It's just been digitized and added to this database. So here's one, Impact of European Diseases on Native Americans. It'll tell you it's from the Encyclopedia of Native American Life, published in 2007. It's an article that's approximately 1,700 words. This here, the 1360L, that indicates that's the Lexile level, 1360. And as we remember from over here, this is high school category and above. And so we could go ahead and click on that, and that will bring up the specific article on that topic. But again, we can always click on the title, and in this case it's the book title, and it will come up with all of the various entries that have been digitized and are available to us here. So let's see here. I think we need to click here on this link for January 2007, which is when it was published. And here we go, 215 different articles from within this particular encyclopedia. Now, another result that had popped up, so it wasn't just magazine articles, academic articles, or books. We had another one, newspaper articles. So we can click on that, and it will come up with some different news sources. And let's see here, these are from the U.S. Newswire. We've got Political Congressional Transcript Wire, and there's quite a few other news sources that are available to us. Another result that you might see is images. They are not as, you don't see as many images as you do for the other ones, but they will pop up from time to time depending on what your particular topic was. So in short, that is the Gale One File U.S. History Database. It is pretty fantastic. It has a lot of really great information in there, And it really makes it easy when you're doing a topic, because as you saw, you've got your magazine articles, you've got your book articles, you've got your newspaper articles all in one spot. And this is all curated information. That's one of the things I love about Gale databases. They've got curated information. Somebody's already kind of gone through it and selected the sources that it would be coming from. But the idea that it's sort of like a one-stop shop for your different homework assignments, because teachers will frequently say, oh, you need 2 newspaper articles, 3 journal articles, and maybe 2 book sources. Conceivably, you might be able to find all those resources right here within this database. So thanks for joining us today. If you have any questions, feel free to follow up with us on the email on the screen, sjcpls@tblc.libanswers.com. This email address is staffed by librarians who will get back to you fairly quickly. Also, you can follow us on Facebook at SJCPLS or on YouTube, SJC Library Vid. So thank you all very much, and if you have any questions, please reach out to us. We love getting questions. So thanks. Have a great day.